Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of your favorite Ravens YouTube channel and podcast, Talking Ravens all day, every day, with your host, Justin P., and my MVP co host, Miss Shannon Finch. Today is episode is this? I think I want to say 48, 49. Check out the audio versions on the description below. Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Pandora, Podbean, Podplot, Spotify. Basically, anywhere you get your podcast and music stuff from, just type in Talking Ravens all day, every day. Let's all the available platforms below. All right, sorry I missed y'all Tuesday. I had to update my laptop, so we're gonna use some stuff today. Then we're gonna pick it back up Tuesday with my co-host topics, which you're gonna send to me probably after the show. All right, so let's get into it. All right, so the first topic of the day is now that the Ravens have paid Lamar Jackson and acquired new receivers, what are the realistic expectations for this upcoming season? So, co-host, the floor is yours.
Um, the realistic expectations are that the passing game is going to be a lot better, right? We've been at the bottom for the past 4 years for the most part. I think one out of three we were kind of in the middle of the pack. I mean, one out of four we were kind of in the middle of the pack. But for the most part we were at the bottom. So that means we can only go up. So the expectations is that the passing game is going to be a whole lot better. Um, what I hope is for a lot more creativity. We have more wide receivers that have they're more skillful than others that we've had. Barn, everybody being healthy. I feel like we can do a whole lot with the guys that we have. They can make tough catches. I don't. I think that we could find situations where it's Lamar running. It's more of Lamar on the run looking to pass more than it is Lamar on the run looking to get a first down or to get yards because he's going to have guys that will most likely be able to get open. Because as we talked about last week, it's going to be hard to really double team anyone. And if you do, then that's just going to leave somebody else open. So I think what we will see is obviously a better passing game. I think we'll see a maturation with Lamar and his decision making. Like he'll be more of a pocket passer, only because it's something that he's kind of, and we've all been, privy to the things he's posted this off season. And like I said, when I watched that clip of his interview that he never released, he was talking about the type of offense that he likes to run and what he can run. So I think that this year he's going to show or try to show, other levels to himself. What I don't want to have happen is that we just totally forget or get away from the run game. I feel like in order for us to be what we want to be, like we talked about wanting to be top five last week, I think that we need to be balanced all the way around. The best Ravens teams that we've had have been balanced. The best part of having the weapons that we have is that when we get in those tough situations, we just have guys that we know that can make plays more than what we've had in the past. But realistically, I just hope that it's not as predictable as we've seen, even when Flacco was the quarterback. And I say that because that then will look bad on John Harbaugh even more. It's going to look like, you've been here. It's the same thing no matter who's the offensive coordinator. So hopefully it's less predictable. Hopefully it's more creative. And I do expect it to be better passing wise.
Oh man, everything you said, co-host, was just spot on. Me, I definitely think it's going to be a top five offense. Like I said, barring injury, especially with getting Odell Beckham, bringing in Nelson Aguilar. People forget. I mean, he might not be the big name receiver, but he has a lot of experience. He's been in the league going on 9 years now. He's been on the Super Bowl winning team, so he's a solid number three, number four that can come in, move the chain, make his plays when presented. So he's basically like Demarcus Robinson, Willie Snead. Like he's gonna just make plays when they come his way. He's not gonna really
Hmm.
blow your mind with the stats, but he's just gonna make the plays that we need to get that tough third down catch, to keep the chains moving, to keep the drive going. Like I said, Duvernay still gonna be in the mix. He got a chip on his shoulder because now it's his contract year, and he wants to he want to get his money. So he's gonna definitely want to come out and show that he's more than just a kicking punt returner. Because last
Hmm.
year, like we all seen, when he was having a pretty good year before he went down with injury. Same thing with Rashad Bateman. Now with Todd Monken going probably lean more to passing, more like a 60-40 ratio. Now you're gonna see Lamar finally go over that 4,000 yard mark. barring injury. Because it's like I said, then you still got Andrews, likely Kolar, and then you just mentioned the running game. Like you still got Gus, J.K. Like I said, Justice Hill, he's going to be utilized. I think Keaton Mitchell is going to find his way on his team because, like I said, that kid is blazing fast. He can catch up the backfield. You can line him up in the slot with a linebacker. That's going to be a mismatch because him running the 4-3-4, that blazing speed. So
Mhm.
add him with the dynamic dimension of JK and then Gus come in as that power back. It's just gonna be like how you gonna defend us. So and then you still got guys like Tylen Wallace that can make the team. So if he gets a fair shake, he could be that sixth receiver.
Mhm.
James Prochet, I think the curtain's closed on him for the most part, unless he just does something spectacular in free season, like catch the ball over five guys in the end zone, something just un something just crazy that just make them like, all right, we're gonna give him one more shot.
Mhm.
Yeah, so this offense definitely should be a top 5-10 offense, at least scoring anywhere between 28 to 35 points per game. Because in 2019, with less talent, we put up 34 points a game. So now with more talent and a more competent offensive coordinator, what I mean by that is that he's more hip to today's football. It's not just three tight ends, everything short and immediate, not one, two receivers on the field. It's more three receiver sets, one back, one tight end. So now the field opens up a lot more for Lamar. So
Mhm.
I definitely see us having a big year offensively. And Lamar, I can see him definitely going for like 4,500, anywhere from 4,500 yards passing to possibly 5,000 yards, especially with an extra game now, being 17 games. It's not as hard as everybody thinks. It's like 250 yards, 275 yards a game. Very doable. Okay. This next topic. All right. Now on the defensive side of the ball. Now that defensive coordinator Mike McDonald had a full season under his belt. How do you think How do you think year two will go now that he's fully made his stamp and then the players now buy into his system?
Yeah. Naturally, I think it should be better because, like you said, it's the second year, so it's Guy's second year in this new system. Um, because we're still building this 2023 team, I'm going to say the same thing I've been saying since we've been talking about it. The defensive line is my major concern right now,
Mm-hmm.
because if we're having issues up front, it won't matter who's your linebackers, who's in your secondary. None of that will matter.
Right.
So overall, I think that it'll be better because he's going to be more comfortable. The guys are going to continue to buy in. Like Kyle Hamilton, guys like that, they're going to continue to grow and get better. Um, but right now, my fear is still the D line. So overall, I think it will be better for him, but I just have that one concern, and that's not
Yeah,
that's not his fault. That's just personnel.
gotcha. What's up, Quentin? Man, Quentin at the bottom. Yeah, I agree. Like you said now, like I just said in the beginning, at first, the first 3 weeks, 4 weeks was rough, man, because it was like, man, we just teams was just moving the ball up and down the field on us.
Hmm.
We would get turnovers, in streaky moments. But if we didn't get turnovers, it was like we just gave up a lot of chunk yards. Like against the Dolphins,
Hmm.
oh Lord, like I was right there front row, man. It was like we started off good, got Justin Houston came off, got a sack, strip sack. Marcus Williams had a pick. Then we was locking the Dolphins down. Then the second half, once Marlon Humphrey got hurt, man, it was just like bombs over Baghdad. A lot
Hmm.
of miscommunication in the secondary, and a lot of it came from a lot of rookies being out there too. We
Yeah.
had to put Jalen Davis out there. Pepe was out there. Cal had got thrown into the mix. And it was just miscommunication. Like I said, Marcus Peters, that was his first game back. So he just basically forced himself out there. You can clearly see he still wasn't ready to fully come back. But as the
Hmm.
year went on, it got better and better and better and better. Then once we made the trade for Roquan Smith, it just, catapult everything. And now you got a Mike linebacker that put everybody in position now. You
Hmm.
know, so he got everybody lined up right and all that. So that's when everything started to look a lot better for us defensively. So I think now, with another whole full off season, for everybody to learn little extra wrinkles, I think we should still be a top 5 unit.
Hmm.
Let's see, hold on. That's Henry right there. How y'all both doing this
Hey.
Sunday? I'm doing good, Henry. What's going on, man? Everybody pull up to the meet and greet. I think it's Mango Tree August 4th, as I said before. He's gonna be there. Uh, the Deep Cover Podcast. Chris Just Joking, Kerry Stevenson, Michael Crawford, and Sip Two Tallies. Coach Ivan Evans are gonna be there. Lunch break. We're gonna say hot take with Jose and Brodney. Uh, who else? Who else? OTR Mike from the Rain County Podcast. All those guys will be there. The tickets, I think, like $50. I think they cover your drink, and they have some food. It's a non-alcoholic beverage drink for all of my drinkers. So it's so I don't know if you can still get alcoholic beverage drinks, but that's just what that ticket covers. So definitely go support my guys. I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna be there. So all right, third topic. Now that the NFL schedule has quote unquote been released and leaked, how do you think? Just give me your win-loss record for the Ravens this upcoming season.
How many games? We're playing what, 17 games now? Um,
Mm-hmm.
I think the Ravens can easily win 13 or 14 games. Um, I think that's realistic. If everybody's healthy, and I say that because as bad or like before Lamar's got hurt the past 2 years, we were at the top of our conference for the most part, at the top of our division for the most part. And I feel like if he can remain healthy, that just benefits us, and we'll definitely win more games to the end of the season than we have the past 2 seasons. So for that reason, I definitely could see us winning at least 13 or 14 games. The only game that I saw that's been officially released, because I know that it's about to come on in a few minutes, but was the game that we have in London against the Titans. Um, Ever since we went overseas and played Jacksonville, every year after that, I've been like, I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back. I don't. That was just so embarrassing to me. But I hope that we have
Yep.
a better showing this time. I'm happy for any of the fans that are over there that won't get a chance to see the Ravens will have this chance to see them now because it's been a couple of years, and also a good thing for the fans that are here that are going to travel over there. So I think that's always a great experience. But I'm overall 13-4, but I'm definitely ready to see what the schedule looks like. Like I said, we have a couple more minutes before that's released. But I'm excited.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's definitely intriguing. Going over there, I think that's like week 6 or something like that.
Hmm.
Like you said, last time we went over there, we didn't have a good showing. I remember waking up early on Sunday morning. I mean,
Sick. I
Jacksonville
mean, mess
pounced.
up your whole
Yeah,
day.
yeah, Jacksonville pounced on us, man. And granted, Jacksonville had a hell of a team that year. Went to the AFC Championship game, but
Hmm.
it pounced on us, 44-7, if I recall. All I was saying was just turnovers. They were just running up and down the field on us. Something like Blake Bortles was looking like Mark Brunell out there, just doing
Okay.
what we just, it was just a mess, man. So yeah, hopefully we got a better showing over there this year. But yeah, it's definitely interesting having another international games like the sixth season. But yeah, I could see 12, 13, even 14 wins possibly. Like I said, like you just said, we were like 8-3, 8-4 each time Lamar had got injured. It's just like
Hmm.
you said, every time he got hurt, it was just at the latter part of the year where it kind of cost us the division possibly the number one seed. So
Hmm.
I believe now that's why they took the two linemen in the later round. They're like, we gotta try to, because both times he got hurt, it was off a missed block. It wasn't him getting hurt because he took off and ran into somebody or fought for extra yards or something where though he could have prevented. Both of these injuries was
Hmm.
out of his control. He don't got eyes in the back of his head, so he can't see nobody coming and falling on him and all that. So,
Hmm.
it's just been two freak accidents. So, I believe that won't happen again. I don't think the football gods hate us that much, but yeah, I could definitely see, like I said, between 12 to 14 wins. So
The only
yeah,
thing
it's
I
gonna
will
be.
say that may affect us this year is the travel time. I see we have a lot of miles traveling, obviously to London. We have a game in LA, Arizona,
San
San
Francisco.
Fran.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's the only thing that kind of worries me because I know it can be hard for the guys, in different time zones and things like that. Um, but yeah, that's the only negative I can see right now. I hope we have I said I don't care for the primetime games, but I understand what it does for the team when games are on primetime. So hopefully we get some good primetime games.
Yeah, same here, same here. Like we normally play fairly well in prime time, so like I said, our only embarrassment on primetime game I can really remember was the Kansas City Chiefs the COVID year. They kind of whipped up on us on that Monday night game. So yeah, that's the last
Or the
recent.
year after we won the Super Bowl and had to play the Broncos on the road.
Oh yeah,
That was
Thursday night
ugly.
when the Orioles when they didn't let us play home because the Orioles had a doubleheader and all that. Yeah, I know you talking about. Yeah, that was the game Peyton Manning threw 7 touchdowns. Yeah, I know you talking about.
And that's my man Peyton. I was hurt. Like, oh,
Yeah. All right. So now the Ravens have a little over 20 million in cap. After extending Lamar Jackson. So, what are some moves that you would like to see Eric DeCosta make with the cap space we have left now?
defensive line, defensive line, defensive line.
Mhm.
When I think about our team since the draft, that's my biggest concern right now. Based on who we drafted, based on free agents we have brought in, I feel like we've plugged in a lot of different holes or needs, right? That's my
Mhm.
biggest concern right now. So I feel like if he's going to spend that money, it needs to be on the defensive front because obviously we didn't get, well, we don't know, but we'll see how the guys pan out up front. But I think that's where it should be spent right now. And
Any
it's some
particular?
guys you can get for cheap.
You got any guys' names in mind, even if it's just one or two?
Um, Obviously Sue. We've talked about that. Even though I see some fans are against him, I think he's a Doug. I always thought he was a Doug from his time with the Lions. Even though he would like go over the line at point, at certain times, I just know what I saw when he was on the Bucks. He's still a force. Like I'm not against that. As far as I know, Clowney is still available. Not against bringing him in. Um, Honestly, I think after June 1st, it'll give us a better idea of who's available because that's when teams are going to make more cuts to benefit them cap wise, and it might be
Hmm.
someone who we're not even thinking about right now that may become available. So yeah, if he's going to spend the money, let it be spent on a defensive line at this point.
I completely agree with you, Shane. But so it's guys like you said. I definitely want Sue. You see, I was banging on the table for that. Like I said, Shelby Harris is a guy that can come in and rotate and play pretty well. Because like you said, we only got 5 guys right now in the interior defensive line, and like Brent
Hmm.
Urban not even a guarantee to make that 5th spot. So definitely there. Offensive line too, because like I said, although we drafted 2 linemen, Voorhees won't be ready until next year. And
Hmm.
Salah, Bob Bingham being a 6th round pick, do you think he really can go up there and block guys like Chris Jones and the Aaron Donalds of the world and the DeForest Buckners of the world and you know Cam Hayward, Pro Bowl, all Pro caliber guys,
Hmm.
day in day out. I want to, so I want to definitely make sure Lamar has the proper protection, and I'm not all the way confident in Ben Cleveland because his work ethic, he coming in shape. So I don't want to put Lamar's health in the risk of an inexperienced left guard. So I would say go get Dalton Rosner, that's available out there, play for the Broncos. He was a Pro Bowler. Gabe Jackson is available, and Taylor Lewan's available. Even though he played tackle, but he played some guard as well, so you can slide him there. I just think we should still look at a veteran lineman, until these young guys fully get ready to play. Because like I said, I don't want to put Lamar's health into their hands and they're not fully ready, to play a whole 16, 17 game season. So definitely interior defensive line, another edge rusher like a Clowney, Leonard Floyd. If we bring back Justin Houston, cool because he know the system. Frank Clark, I wouldn't mind,
Hmm.
but definitely either edge, interior O line, and interior D line for me. Marcus Peters coming back too. I wouldn't mind that either because you can never have too many corners, especially you seeing
Oh,
guys dropping like flies.
oh yeah.
All right, we didn't really see a whole lot, but just give me your thoughts on the rookies and minicamp so far, the little that you've seen from videos and pressers and stuff like that.
Um, Everybody says that Zay Flowers is as good as advertised. So I'm happy to hear that because we both were like he was like number one on a lot of our mock drafts, right?
Yeah.
Um, Also heard that Robinson may present some sort of competition there with how well he was playing, well, at the OTAs or how he looked. Um, what else did I hear about? Those are actually the only two that I think I saw something about online. One thing I will say is that they also had good things to say about Simpson, what they saw from him there as well. And those are guys out of all the draft picks who probably will make the most impact the fastest. Um, based on where they were drafted and when we may need them and what we may need them to do. So that's really what else I'll talk about as far as minicamp is concerned is that they said we brought in 18 undrafted rookies. That's a lot of guys. And one thing the Ravens are good at is finding gems in a bunch like that. So I hope that we can find some dogs there because based on our cap situation and how we expect it to be towards the end of Lamar's new contract, we're going to be tight. So if we can have some of these guys, particularly the undrafted guys, come in and perform at a higher level than you probably expected, then and this is not to say that you don't want to pay them market rate, but it's just like I can offer you an extension, you know, based on what's fair, based on how we brought you in. Like I don't have to go out and break the bank to pay you. Is my point. Like we've seen this done with like I don't want to say the wrong name, but we've seen this done before with guys. They get the extension, undrafted guys come in, get extension, and it's beneficial to the team, and they stick around and they end up being fan favorites. So I'm just more interested to see out of those 18 guys, how many of them actually make the team, and will any of them be what we're accustomed to having with the undrafted guys?
Yeah, well said. As usual. Yeah, Zay definitely. He's looking good, running his routes, catching the ball, finishing his catches. Todd Monken spoke real highly of him the little bit that I listened to. So that's just like I said. Long as he don't get no freak injury, let's knock on wood.
Hmm.
He's definitely going to pan out and do what he do. Trenton Simpson's flying all over the place. Like, he's willing to do whatever he got to do to get on the field. Like, playing middle linebacker. He'll come off the edge. So he'll play in the slot.
Hmm.
He'll play special teams. He just want to play football and help the team win right now. He's not worrying about trying to take nobody's job. Him and PQ have been texting nonstop. He said. So I'm glad he put that out there. Like, it's like ain't no competition. Like I'm trying to beat him out and nothing like that. He said I've been
Hmm.
learning from them guys. And him and Roquan and Malik Harris and Christian Welch, the whole inside linebacker room has embraced him and like,
Good.
been watching film with him and stuff like that and rapping to him,
Hmm.
getting to know each other off the field too. Said they plan on going on a trip with just all the linebackers and stuff like that once they get their little
Hmm.
break. So you like to hear guys build camaraderie like that, because that's when teams win and have the most fun, when they bond with each other on
Outside of
past
football.
football.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that's good to hear. Like I said, Tavares Robinson, they say he looked pretty good. He looked pretty twitchy for his size. He has been over there working with Adafi Owe and Jabo and those guys and Bowser. So they, trying to get him up to speed. They like what they see out of him. And same thing with Caillou Blue Kelly. Caillou Blue Kelly. I was high on him. I had him on a lot of my mocks in the fourth round. He went in
Hmm.
the fifth, which is okay. Also, Marlon spoke highly of him. Press corner, like to get his hands on you. Got good ball skills, and he been at practice lining up against Zay a lot. So that shows when you're not afraid of competition, even if you lose a rep or two, because it's going to happen.
Hmm.
So he still play with a lot of confidence. I can see him being a huge contributor right off the break for us defensively. Of course, he'll play special teams and earn the stripes that way, being a rookie. But I can see him definitely being on the field right away, especially getting to learn from Rocky Sin, Marlon Humphrey, Brandon Stevens. He's moving to safety now, so that's going to open up more playing time for K.E. Blue Kelly. So, yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. Then, like I said, Salah, he's over there working with Joe D. Alexander, one of the best offensive line coaches in the league. Then he get
Hmm.
to, learn from, he say he been texting Ronnie Stanley nonstop, being a sponge, talking to, Kevin Zeitler, Morgan Moses, getting to know Tyler in the ball. He said Pat Ricard, and, giving us some advice. So everything has been, obviously Voorhees can't do nothing right now because he's basically red shirt. But they say he's taking a lot of mental reps, writing stuff down, asking a lot of questions. So
Hmm.
yeah, so everything's good so far. So like I said, these guys are only gonna get better
Hmm.
once they learn the Raven way and learn how we do things, and get caught up with the scheme and the system.
Hmm.
So far so good. All right, our last topic for the day, and then we'll wrap it up. Roquan Smith changed his number from 18 to 8. I think they do with some other one of his foundations or something of that sort. So give me your thoughts on that.
When I first heard it, my first thought was, that's exactly why I don't buy jerseys, because outside of guys, you don't know if they're going to be on a team or not. With the new rules, guys are just changing their numbers left and right. So that was my initial thought. Um, but I guess it's cool. I'm kind of old school with the numbers because I was just so used to seeing what we saw and what we knew. But I think it's cool that they're allowing the guys to use different numbers now, because it just gives them a chance to show a little bit more personality in themselves. So overall, it made me think that's why I don't buy jerseys now. But again, I think it's cool that the guys have the option to do that.
I loved it. Like I said, even with what you just said, I buy a jersey because either way, I'm still gonna wear it because any day it's still a Ravens jersey. Like I still wear Marlon Humphrey's 29 every chance I get. Rashad Bateman's 12. Because in the day, like it's still a Ravens jersey. So I mean,
Hmm.
like I still wear, I still wear my Ray Lewis jersey, Steve Smith, and a Joe Flacco jersey. Yes, because like I said, Joe was my man. Like
Hmm.
I said, I always had nothing but love for him. So I definitely still wear those jerseys. I just gotta get a Justin Tucker jersey. But yeah, so and like it obviously meant something to him for him to do that with his
Hmm.
foundation he got going on. So I definitely love that because, like I said, Lamar, you ever heard what Lamar said? As soon as we won the Super Bowl, he going to numero uno.
Oh
He
yeah.
going to number. He going to number one. That's why nobody got number one yet. They keeping that on ice for him. So yeah, I like it. Like I said, man, there's nothing wrong with it. For these guys, all their lives they had single digit numbers. So
Hmm.
for the most part, from youth football all the way up to college. So I'm glad the NFL now allow these guys to do that, to have some fun and to show them, you know, you can still be a professional and still enjoy what you do, and
Hmm.
not just be strictly just just a robot.
A robot, right?
Yeah, so like, but Jalen Davis at number 5, he might gotta give that up though. I ain't gonna lie to you though, because
I
he
don't
ain't
like
really,
that. I don't like
yeah,
nobody winning five, and I told y'all that before.
yeah, he ain't Aaron. At least Hollywood, you can understand with him, but Jalen Davis,
Hmm.
uh, give him number 39 or something like that. I don't know, but well, oh man, another amazing show. Like I said, sorry we didn't, record Tuesday. My computer was doing some crazy updates, but everything is good to go now. Shannon, you want to say anything before we get up out of here?
No, I'm ready to see the schedule release so I can see who we gonna play. Well, when we gonna play, because we already know who we playing, but when.
Hmm. Absolutely same here. I'm gonna check it out a little bit, then try to watch the NBA playoffs as well. But
Oh yeah,
definitely,
definitely.
man. Yeah, y'all have an amazing weekend, and for the mothers, have a great Mother's Day on Sunday, Shannon. You have an amazing Mother's Day. I hope you
Thank
have a
you.
wonderful day. Hope that the family take
Thank
you
you.
out, get you whatever your heart desires. My MVP co-host. So yeah,
Thank you.
uh, yeah, no welcome. You deserve it. So everyone, make sure y'all trade talking Ravens all day, every day with your host Justin P and my MVP co-host Miss Shannon Fitch. You can follow her on Twitter, IG. Same for me. All the social media links are in the description as well. Like I said, subscribe, share the YouTube channel. Trying to get the subscribers up, and make sure when y'all click on the notification bell, go hit all. That way, every time we go on live, you'll get an alert and you'll be able to tune in. Love you guys. Have an amazing Thursday and weekend and Mother's Day. We'll be back Tuesday, same bad time, same bad channel. Well, Shannon gonna have some fire topics for us, so definitely be on the lookout for that. Love y'all guys, and we are out.
Good night. Bye, Justin.
Bye, Shannon.